Guys, I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. You're a returning subscriber as always, guys. Welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, I'm going to talk about news that broke last night, and it's about 3 Dallas police officers that were wounded, which one lost his life, you know, at the hands of a person that announced on social media that they had plans on doing something to some police officers and evidently did. This man pictured up here is Officer Darren Brooks. He was 46 years old. He tragically lost his life at the hands of this dude right here. This guy's name is CoreyCobb-Bey. See, in the Bay, I figured he was a Moorish American. And 30 years old. This guy announced that he had plans on killing an officer. Announced it on social media somewhat. I don't know why people do this type of stuff, especially when they claim to have some type of affiliation with an organization dealing with knowledge of self, but do some of the most chaotic stuff out here that not only makes them look bad, but those that they claim that they represent. Take a look at this story. We're going to come back and I'm going to say what needs to be said.
Dallas Police Department is in mourning. 1 officer is dead, 2 others wounded after being attacked last night. 2 of those officers were rookies.
Yeah, the shooting happened in the 900 block of East Ledbetter in the parking lot of the 4 Oak Cliff Community Center. The officer who was killed may not have had any idea he was going to take gunfire. He was seated in his squad car. Fox 4's Sean Rabb joins us in the newsroom with more on what we know right now. Sean?
Yes, Blake. First, those 2 wounded officers, 1 shot in the face. The others wound not as severe in the lower extremities. The fallen officer is Darren Brooks, who grew up here in North Texas and touched many lives before his was snatched away. Sources say the suspect may actually have said something to the officer before he fired on him, as you said, sitting in his squad car. Scores of officers, shook by 3 fellow officers being shot, gather at Methodist Hospital in the pre-dawn hours, where new police officer Darren Brooks was brought after being ambushed as he sat in his police vehicle in the 900 block of East Ledbetter a little after 10 Thursday night. The shooting, senseless to the entire police community.
Why are we dying at the hands of a person and we're not even in conflict with you? You don't even know me. You don't know any of these officers, but you go into combat with an officer? You blindsided? That's terrible.
Burks was able to somehow transmit over his radio after being shot. Backup showed up. Another rookie and her field training officer. Both were shot. The female officer more serious, taken to Bellaire Hospital. Either she or her training officer may have been able to return gunfire, possibly hitting the suspect, who took off in a white sedan with more officers in chase. Part of that captured by TxDOT cameras. Along I-35 North in Louisville, the suspect stopped on the freeway and got out.
When that suspect exited that vehicle, he had a long gun. Dallas police officers then shot at the suspect, fired at the suspect, and he died at that scene.
Officer Darren Brooks graduated Lake Highlands High School in Richardson in 1998. Later, continuing his education at Paul Quinn College.
Yeah, he was part of the first graduating class when I became president in 2007.
Quinn president, Dr. Michael Sorrell.
Darren was a loved member of this community. He was a wonderful fraternity member to his brothers at Omega Psi Phi. He was a wonderful alum to Paul Quinn. He invested in his institution, and we will miss him. We will honor his memory, and we are grateful that we knew him for the time we had him. We just wish we had him for longer.
Burks shaped young minds at Texan-Can Academy, where he taught math 17 years, all before a different calling with Dallas Police. The school sharing, he was not only an excellent educator, but a mentor to countless students and a cherished friend to the entire Pleasant Grove educational community.
He was a salt of the earth, fundamentally good brother. This is one of those pains that will not go away anytime soon.
With 2 officers suffering gunshot wounds and the city in mourning for Officer Darren Burks, who entered the Dallas Police Academy last year, Sheldon Smith, Black Police Association, says it's time to remind that police lives matter too.
And the person that would risk his life for you, drive 100 miles an hour to get to you to help you, never met you in your entire life, but they'll risk their lives for you, you shoot and kill him?
So we'll know more about the incident, how it played out, in about an hour when Chief Eddie Garcia holds that media briefing. We should also then learn something about the man who killed 1 officer and tried to kill 2 others. Sad, sad story.
It is indeed. All right, so Sean, Officer Burks, he was riding in his car alone.
And Sean, obviously we'll expect to learn more soon, but kind of explain what we know about the dynamic, why he would have been alone, other officers may have arrived on scene together.
So not uncommon for officers on patrol to be what they call a one-man element or in a squad car by themselves. Unless they're on assignment, unless they're doing some undercover, most officers ride solo. When you see 2 officers like the ones who responded, it's typically a field training officer and a rookie.
All right, and of course we're going to continue to follow this throughout our early block and late block of news and online as well. Sean, thank you.
All right.
Well, this morning, flags at Dallas Police Department headquarters were seen flying at half-staff. Flags across all city facilities ordered lowered in the memory of the officer killed.
Now, the nature of this crime, an ambush attack, brings to mind another very dark day for Dallas police. 4 DPD officers and a DART officer died in a mass shooting. It was downtown, July 7th, 2016. The shooter targeted law enforcement officers who were working a protest rally against police brutality. Police say he opened fire on the outskirts of the event in order to draw police in before shooting directly at them. Police used a robot bomb to kill that shooter after a long standoff at El Centro College.
I want to update our top story now. We're learning more about the suspect in last night's shooting that killed 1 Dallas police officer and wounded 2 others. The fallen officer, Darren Burks, was shot in his patrol car last night while parked outside of a community center in Oak Cliff. They say the suspect, CoreyCobb-Bey, was looking to murder an officer and alluded to plans on social media. The police chief called the killing an execution. Responding officers exchanged gunfire with the shooter, and 2 of the officers were wounded. 1 of them is out of the hospital. The other still recovering in a hospital. Fox 4's Sean Rabb, following those developments, he joins us from the newsroom with the very latest. Sean.
Yeah, and some of what the chief was talking about as it relates to CoreyCobb-Bey, we learned that today through his social media. Need to update you about this man who shot 3 officers, killing 46-year-old Darren Burks. He again is identified as CoreyCobb-Bey, a 30-year-old man. This bookend photo is from 2017. Arrest for traffic violations, failure to ID, giving a false name. We could find no record of violent acts before now. Cobb, according to his social media, identifies as a Moorish American national. That's a population of the people that considers themselves to be sovereign and immune from U.S. laws. Now, Cobb posted videos, and the chief talked about this, of his approaching undercover officers, talking to them, questioning them at times about what they're doing and why they're in certain places, using his cell phone. He approached Darren Burks, who was sitting in his squad car in the 900 block of East Ledbetter, East Oak Cliff, Thursday night, a little after 10 p.m. Chief Garcia again says it was not an ambush, but that the officers were targeted.
Officer Burks was executed. Our preliminary investigation has determined that on Thursday, August 29th at 10:02 p.m., the suspect, identified as 30-year-old CoreyCobb-Bey, a black male, arrived in the 900 block of East Ledbetter Drive and parked his white Buick. At 10:04, Officer Burks arrived at the location and parked near the front entrance of the building between call assignments. Cobb-Bey approached Officer Burks and talked with him briefly through the driver's side window as he recorded the encounter with a cell phone. The suspect then pulled out a handgun and executed Officer Burks as he sat in his vehicle.
The chief spoke with both of the wounded officers today, along with the mother of Darren Burks, and visited with officers at the South Central substation where Darren Burks worked. clearly the chief with the range of understandable emotions after the events of last night. And he talked about how as officers responded, this man, CoreyCobb-Bey, took a shotgun and opened fire on those officers, striking a female officer, Officer David, in the face, and Officer Farmer in the leg. The chief said it was clear we almost lost 3 officers last night, and he was thankful that those 2 officers survived, but clearly the department, the chief, the city, hurting. Blake.
Yeah, and a lot still to figure out in the investigation as well. Sean, thanks so much.
Hey guys, that's the story of this piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's messed up. This dude right here, CoreyCobb-Bey, is a perfect example of why a lot of these black groups, religious groups, don't get so far. You always get somebody that want to interpretate the laws and order of something to their own initiative. What he did, for him being American, Moorish American, put a stain on the whole thing as an organization, whether they wanted it to or not. And that's the thing. These people love putting on the Tar Bush or the Fez and all of this stuff and shout out. No disrespect to the Moorish Americans or any other group out there where it's real people really down with a cause of peace and stability in a life and tranquility in any religion. But when you get fucktards like this that get on social media, try to act like they something that they not, and represent stuff and all this other stuff, and it goes against the principal teachings of what they dealing with, this is the type of stuff you have. My thing is, I wonder if he even belonged to any Moorish Science Temple, and was it any elders or older members talking to him like, yo, that's not what we do. And if you can't cut it out, you can't be a part of this. Man, it's the craziest thing. Now look, little history lesson. Moorish Americans, right? You know, it was formed by Noble Drew Ali. Peace to the dead, you know what I'm saying? Direct descendants, they believe they're direct descendants of ancient Moabites, which is modern day Morocco, I think it is now, modern day Morocco. One of the things, Noble Drew Ali, you know what I'm saying, bless him, when he was alive, one of the things he did, one of the main principles of what he did was he pushed to reject hate and embrace love. He also told, he also pushed a lot of African Americans, because I guess that was the time and days they was in the 30s and 20s, not to accept the words Negro, color, and black. You understand what I'm saying? He was trying to define, people with more respect, rather than be seen as a color, be seen as a person. And I respect that. These younger people, this guy 30 years old, ain't never did the damn history. Everybody want to be a part of these groups where people sound intelligent and sound like they doing something and being a part of something, but they want to put their own spin on it to look holier than thou or cooler than hell. It's not right. It's not. Moorish Americans, that's not how they act. I've been around them. They respectable people. Now it says diplomatic immunity to U.S. laws. You'll see them. If you watch, a lot of times, these police body cam movie, you'll hear the word sovereign citizen. It be them. A lot of times. Their names that have Bay or L at the end of it. You know what I'm saying? And they tell you, hey, we don't have to deal with the laws and we this, but they always go to jail. So obviously it's a loophole that you talking about, but you can't explain it fully to where it's always getting you jammed up. I think when Noble Drew Ali came out with this, this movement and all this stuff, when he first started this, people's mindsets was different. So was the times and the way they was treated. Now, with the way this stuff, you got these younger people out here that don't care about nobody, including people that look like them. Come on. Nobody Drew Ali and the Moorish Americans talk about, uniting with people of color for a common goal. Not shoot them because they got a different uniform than you. Why you kill that man? They said the man was a teacher for 14 something years, 17 years or something. Decided to become a police officer because he wanted to make a difference. And you shot him in his damn car like a coward. On Instagram, he running around, walking up on random police officers just sitting there. What y'all doing over here? What you doing? What business you have over here? That's none of your fucking business. They ain't after you. Why you fucking with them? That's the problem I got. You got a lot of people that want to be seen as righteous and just, but doing some of the most childish stuff, going against the grain of the teachings of something that they into. That's messed up. Said he shot a female officer in the face with a shotgun. The male officer with her in the leg. The guy that got shot in the face, Darren Brooks, radioed in before he lost his life, so they knew to come. This guy sat there and ambushed them. For what? You don't even know them people. Did you hear was that the chief of police? You went to war with somebody you didn't even know for no reason. This stuff is sad, man. It's sad. It's sad when you are part of an organization, your ways and actions are represented of that organization. Once you let it be known that you are a part of that, that's a bad stain on an organization that don't deserve that. And I give them respect because when I was in prison, I rode with the Moorish Americans. Good people. When they on their square, this is foul. They need to, man, listen, man, you should start going through a lot of these organizations and start setting people straight. Either you ship up or ship the fuck out because you're not going to make us look stupid no more. And all of this type, man. Officer dead. Everybody said he was a good dude. And I've met police officers that was good. And that's the thing. All of this stuff with the police being bad and all this stuff, that's the only place, most of the times you hear that is from belligerent or people that are in a neighborhood that is downtrodden where the police are always around. Or you get it from people that have bad exchanges with the police because they just assholes. Or the police don't like us. No, they might not like you because of the way you interact with them. Now, all police good? No. But I mean, damn, he wasn't doing nothing. Why? Why? Probably somebody's father. Probably is a good man. Said he was mentoring the people. Not only did you kill him because you wanted to fucking shine for no damn reason, but a lot of other people that was a part of him that he touched died too. They're police officers. They're still human beings. Whether you like the uniform or not, people are still people. And that's the thing that hurts about this. You shot a woman in the fucking face. What type of teachings in the Circle 7 applies to that? None. This is heartbreaking, man. May Darren Burks rest in peace. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. If you're going to stand for something, stand on it. But don't take an organization and use that, you know what I'm saying, and be associated with that and then go do something crazy that makes the organization look bad. I ain't with that shit. I hope they come out with a statement denouncing this dude.